Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Learn. We'll be discussing about rhythm, pitch and intonation. So first, let's see what is stress. Stress in simple words means putting emphasis on a word or syllable in a sentence. A listener often hears a stressed word or syllable as being louder, higher in pitch and longer than the surrounding words or syllables. If you see here, engineer, English, photograph, education, physician. So hope it's clear. And coming to rhythm, it refers to the pattern of stressed and unstressed syllables in speech or writing. So it's a pattern of what these stressed syllables follow, both the stressed and unstressed. It creates a sense of flow and musicality in spoken language, and every language has rhythm. And what it conveys meaning, add importance, and enhance the expressiveness of speech. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. I went to the beach and stood on the sand. So these all are stressed syllables and remaining are the unstressed ones. And the pattern of both of the stressed and unstressed syllables is what forming a rhythm. You can observe it clearly when you speak. And if you see these examples here, I didn't steal her ring. When you stress on the word on which you put emphasis on, or the stressed word, literally changes the whole meaning, and you'll get to know this in these examples. I didn't steal her ring. If you put emphasis or stress on the word I, it means I did not steal, but someone else stole the ring. And when you put emphasis or when you put the stress on didn't, I didn't steal her ring. It means the person did not steal her ring. I didn't steal her ring. It means that person did not steal but did something else with that ring. I didn't steal her ring. When you put emphasis on her, it means that person did not steal her ring but someone else's ring. I didn't steal her ring. It means that person did not steal her ring but something else of hers. So as you can observe here, when you change the word which you're putting the stress on, the meaning of the entire sentence is changing. And there's another example. I thought your brother was a bus conductor. It means I thought, not someone else. I thought your brother was a bus conductor. I thought your brother was a bus conductor. I hope you will understand it. I gave the meaning, how the meaning changes in the brackets. It's already given in the lectures too. So I hope you have understood the importance of stressed words. And the next one being pitch. Pitch is the rise and fall of our voice when we speak. It is the number of vibrations produced per second by our vocal cords. We use pitch to give subtle meaning to the sentences. And it is set on a scale from low to high. High pitch means higher frequency of vibrations. Low pitch means lower frequency of vibrations. And the use of this pitch is called as intonation, which we'll speak about in few minutes. So pitch is the rise and fall of our voice. It conveys various emotions. Thank you is such a phrase. You can learn the difference when you utter it indifferently and when you say it with sincerity. So you can clearly know by listening to the other person if he's saying it sincerely or just for namesake. Low pitch can indicate sadness, shock, dullness, guilt. If you are excited, joyous, ecstatic, triumphant, and even angry, your pitch automatically becomes high. And a well-balanced pitch results in a clear and effective tone. It helps you avoid being monotonous. You should never sound like you're ordering around. You should know balancing the pitch in order to be clear and effective so that others can hear you, can understand you properly. And let's see the activity questions. Rhythm is formed by a set of syllables repeating at regular intervals of obvious. It's true. We have discussed it above. In English speech, the rhythm can be noticed in the regular occurrence of stressed syllables. Yes, it is also true. It is the occurrence, regular repetition of stressed and Unstressed syllabus is what makes it rhythm. So the children are playing football at the park. So they are asking the meaning. They are stressing out park. So what can be the implied meaning here? It means they are playing at the park, not somewhere else. So the option, the children are playing football at the park, not at the house or any other place. So the fourth one, pitch allows the ordering of sounds based on stress, frequency, syllable. So it is frequency. As I said, high pitch is the high frequency of vibrations. Low pitch is the low frequency of vibration. So the fifth one, the feeling of ecstasy in your speech is marked by high pitch, no pitch, low pitch. It's high pitch, as I said before. Ecstasy is the state of being extremely happy. So obviously when you're extremely happy, angry or anything, it would be high pitch. So intonation, it is a feature of pronunciation. It is the music of speech. As I said, it is the change in pitch. It refers to the rise and fall of pitch during speech. It conveys different types of information such as questions, statements, exclamations and emotions. We realize it from the way we speak. We cannot see intonation in written language. We can just observe it through others speaking, or when you listen to someone or you yourself speak. It's not there in written language. So the intonation types: falling intonation, rising intonation and flat intonation. Let's see what is falling intonation. It is when the voice falls or lowers in pitch towards the end of a sentence. This type of intonation is one of the most common and usually happens at the end of statements. And generally, in questions, we observe rising intonation, but if the questions start with who, what, where, why, and when, in such questions, we observe falling intonation. As you can see here, what did you think of the presentation? Here, we can see that the pitch is lowering at the end of the statement. Okay. I'm going shopping. So that is falling intonation. If the voice gets lower at the end of the statements, it's falling intonation. And rising intonation, it is the opposite of falling intonation and is when voice rises or gets higher in pitch towards the end of a sentence. So it can be seen in most of the yes or no questions. So did you enjoy the presentation? If you see, the voice is rising at the end of the sentence, end of the question. And it's different from the what question example in the falling intonation section. Obviously, though it is a question here, but you can see falling intonation with what, where, who, what, and when questions. Whereas here, whereas in the remaining questions we see rising intonation. And the sentence final intonation helps determine the type of a sentence. So if you see the examples here, enjoy the meal. If you apply falling intonation, it becomes a statement. And if you apply the rising intonation at the end of the sentence here, enjoy the meal, it becomes a question. It's asking the person if you had enjoyed the meal or not. And the other example, you left. If you, with a falling intonation, this phrase is becoming a statement. You left, saying that the person had already left. And if you apply the rising intonation, this phrase is becoming a question. You left, it is like asking the person if you had left or not. So you can clearly observe here how it is the intonation, the final intonation is determining the type of a sentence. And coming to flat intonation, it is simply no intonation. If there is no intonation in the speech, it becomes flat intonation. Let's see the activity questions. Intonations help in resolving ambiguity, imbuing the person's state of mind in the spoken words, both A and B. It resolves the uncertainty. Ambiguity means uncertainty, and it also speaker's state of mind in spoken words. Obviously, you can clearly, as you see here, by the change of intonation, you can understand if he is questioning or it's just a statement. And the second one, the sun rises in the east. It is a flat intonation. As I said, there is no intonation here. There is no rising in pitch or falling in pitch. The sun rises in the east. It's a general statement. And the intonation of words can be made through text alone. False. Because you cannot identify intonation in the text, in the written language. So, did you know that Alex and John are moving to Bombay? If the emphasis is on you, so they are saying that if the emphasis and the stress is on you, they're asking what would be the meaning. Did you know that Alex and John are moving to Bombay? It means the speaker believes that the person they are talking to would not know that Alex and John are moving to Bombay. Obviously, this is the answer. So the fifth one, did you know that Alex and John are moving to Bombay? It's the same. And they're asking if the emphasis is on no, what would be the meaning? Did you know that Alex and John are moving to Bombay? It's like if he would know, he would react or if he would say something. So what's the correct option here? So it's the option C. The speaker believes that the person they are talking to would react if they knew that Alex and John were moving to Bombay. So this is all about this. And the next one. So there are 5 language families in India. They are Indo-Aryan. They are usually spoken in the northern part of India. Dravidian. They are spoken generally in the southern part of India. Austro-Asiatic or Munda. They are spoken in and around Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh and Orissa. Tibeto-Burman. They are spoken around Himalayan regions and a few parts of northeast. Andamanese. Spoken around Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So there are 5 language families in India which are mentioned here. And languages are absorptive and elastic. That is, they're adjustable to communicative needs. And multilingualism. What is multilingualism? It is the use of more than one language. It's actually more than 3 or 4 languages, but it's generally, you can say it's more than one language. And what does multilingualism do? Like it helps in connecting with more people. It helps in connecting with people from diverse and different backgrounds. And it is the very fabric of our society, especially Indian society. You know, we speak many languages here, so it's the very fabric of our society. And mother language isn't an obstacle for learning English or any other language. So it's like many of them, it's common that many feel mother tongue is an obstacle to learn other languages. But in actual sense, it is not. It in turn helps in learning new languages. And English or any other language, there is no specific age limit, you know, it can be taught or learned at any age. And Indian English, so many of them think and many other foreigners mock the way we speak, but it's actually not wrong. We just speak differently because of the influence of the first languages. Obviously, there's, as I said, the first mother tongue, the first language helps in learning new languages, and there will be also an impact of mother language on the languages we learn later. So it's just the influence of the first language, why we Indians speak English in a different way. English is taught and is necessary because it is spoken all over the world and is the common means of communication. So the only reason English is taught and it's actually necessary. If we don't know English, we cannot communicate with maximum part of the world because it's the common means of communication in the world. That's the reason. It does not mean that it is superior to any other language. So hope you got it. I just gave pointed out the important information from the lecture. I did not go deep into it. So let's see the activity questions. English belongs to which language family? It does not belong to any because all of these are Indian languages. So none of these. Elasticity and flexibility are basic features of any language. Obviously, they're adjustable. They're very adjustable. So it's true. There are how many language families in India? As I said, there are 5 language families in India, and they are saying here monolingualism is the very fabric of our society. It's absolutely false. Multilingualism is the very fabric of our Indian society. First language or mother tongue aids the learning of a second language. True, absolutely. So hope the week 1 content is clear to you all. If you have any doubts, let me know in the comment section. I will try to resolve them. Thank you all. Let's meet in next videos. We'll discuss week 2 content there.